The Sephora sale is here, and these products are the best of the best. Keep watching. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, your girl here is coming back at you with more recommendations for the Sephora sale. If you guys have been following along here on my channel, I already posted another video focusing on the hot new releases at Sephora, the products I think you should get, and also what I plan on picking up in the sale. But this video is going to be a little bit different. This video is going to focus on oldies but goodies. These are my ride or dies. These are my holy grails. Some of my all-time favorite products from Sephora that I recommend basically to everybody in every single category. So if you guys want to hear all of my picks, then keep watching. All right, party people, I did scooch over so I can insert images of all of my recommendations and also to show you little Minnie is here. She is not as excited about the Sephora sale as we are, but she's here for moral support. So if you're excited for the sale, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new here, because I make videos like this all the time. Now, this list, I really had to prune down. I had to make some brutal selections from my favorites. If I talked about all of my Sephora Holy Grails, we would be here for a very long time. So for that reason, I have linked down below my master shopping guide for all of my favorites from Sephora. And I've also created separate shopping guides for every single category, whether it be foundations, blushes, concealers, skincare, hair care, you name it. All of that is going to be linked down below. I did want to take a quick second to very humbly and sincerely thank anybody that shops through my affiliate links during the Sephora sale. This is a time where a lot of us are shopping for makeup because we get to save a little bit of money. Whenever you shop through my links, I earn a very small commission, and all of that goes towards funding the reviews and buying the makeup for this channel so that I can run my YouTube channel. And it is the primary way that I fund my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you, because you don't have to shop through my links. A lot of you choose to do that, and I really, really appreciate that. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you. Everything will be linked down below, and without further ado, let's start off with primers and setting sprays. I don't use primers that often, but when I do, it's gotta be the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. This is such a beautiful primer. It really makes your skin look super velvety. It's a great base underneath any type of foundation. I feel like it really kind of smooths everything out. Whenever I want my makeup to last all day, if I'm going to a special event, I will pop this on my face before I go in with my foundation. It is very pricey, and that's why I think it's worth getting in the sale. Trust me, guys, if it wasn't a good primer, I definitely wouldn't be recommending it. The other primer that I really enjoy is the one from Natasha Denona. This is the Hygen Skin Glass Serum. This is kind of like a primer and skincare hybrid, so I like to use this when maybe it's a little bit later in the day. It's been a while since I did my skincare and I applied my moisturizer, and I just want to sort of refresh my skin so that my foundation goes on super smooth. Add a little bit of hydration, just kind of smooth everything out, and also add a little bit of blurring, because this serum also has a little bit of light shimmer that kind of just blurs imperfections. You can wear it on its own. You can use it as skincare if you're having a no makeup day. The texture of it is so good. I know it seems a little bit overpriced, but I do honestly really like this, and I like it a lot more than other moisturizing primers. And then finally, in terms of setting sprays, I love the one from Charlotte Tilbury. I like the one from Urban Decay as well, but I feel like the one from Charlotte Tilbury, it's a little bit less drying on my face. I get less of that I've just hairsprayed my face type of feeling from it. It helps my makeup last all day. One bottle lasts me a really good time. Out of all the ones that I've tried, this is the one that I feel works the best and also feels the best on my face. Next, we have foundations. And I narrowed it down to two that I want to talk about today. The first one is from Makeup Forever, a brand that I don't even really shop from all that much, but I love this foundation, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it enough. This is the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. I like this foundation because it's incredibly lightweight, but it still holds enough pigment where you can put on a very light layer. It's gonna wear really well on your face, but you get the coverage that you need from something that might normally feel a lot heavier on your face. It's also buildable. I would say it's about medium coverage. I don't think it's super full coverage. You can kind of build it up. It's very customizable. You can sheer it out. It comes in a decent amount of shades. It wears really well. I have dry skin, for the record, if you are new here. I feel like this keeps my skin moisturized and refreshed all day. I feel like it's gonna look good on mature skin as well. It really is a fantastic foundation. And by the way, guys, I will list down below all of the shades that I use in all of the foundations and the different things that we're talking about today. The other oldie but goodie foundation that I love, that I'm actually thinking about restocking in this sale because I already used my old one up quite a while ago. This is the Tom Ford Traceless Foundation Stick. I did in my other video tell you guys about another foundation stick that's a little bit more of like an affordable option, but I still love this one from Tom Ford. It's very creamy. I feel like a lot of foundation sticks, they can get kind of matte and drying and maybe even like a little bit chalky. This one doesn't do that. It's such a handy staple for spring and summer. This is the kind of thing that you can take with you in your makeup bag, on the go, on a vacation, to the beach, anywhere. It's super easy to apply. I used to use this all the time for touch-ups. Take a little brush on top of the stick and kind of just use that to touch up my makeup throughout the day. It has a really beautiful kind of glowy blurring effect to it. It's just a fantastic foundation stick. The last thing that I am excited about in regards to this foundation is that they did expand the shade range since I bought my last one. I remember them not really having that great of a range, and even the lightest shade was too dark for me. So I am thinking maybe in this sale of picking up another one of these in a shade that works a little bit better for my skin tone. Concealers. My favorite one by far for the past year has been the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer. I talk about this so much on my channel. This is what I am wearing on my under eyes today. It's a fantastic concealer. You know, when you find the right base product, whether it be a foundation or a concealer, you put it on and you almost have that sigh of relief of a product just working so perfectly for what it's intended to do. You don't have to make it work. You don't have to fuss with it or anything like that. That's what I feel about this concealer. It's so brightening. It really just conceals and blurs all of my dark circles, the rosacea on my under eyes. This is something I like to use mostly on my under eyes because it is very brightening. It never dries out. It doesn't settle into fine lines. The other one that I absolutely adore is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. This was recently reformulated, but I've heard it's still good. It still performs pretty much just the same as the old one. I'm thinking about getting a new one in this Sephora sale. This is also a very brightening concealer. I think it's a little bit more appropriate for not only under the eyes, but also all over the face. Just like the Charlotte Tilbury one, it's creamy, it doesn't dry out, it doesn't settle into fine lines, it's very lightweight on the skin. This is the concealer that I actually recommend whenever I have any friends or family members tell me they want a really nice concealer, maybe they want something for their wedding, for special events, or even just for every day. They just want a good concealer. This is actually the one that I recommend the most, and everybody tells me that they absolutely love it. Bronzer and contour. This was so hard. Again, check out my shopping guides because there are a lot more bronzers and I almost feel like I'm choosing between my children here, but up first I have the Gucci bronzer. I mean, aside from the beautiful packaging, I really like the velvety and blendable formula of the Gucci bronzer. It does have a little bit of a scent. It does have a little bit of that, like, what is it, violet and rose type of scent. It doesn't bother me, but if you can get past that, the formula is just divine. I know a lot of you out there also that have fair skin tones, you love the shade 01 Fair. It has kind of like a neutral to pinky undertone that you do not get in a lot of other bronzer shade lineups, which I think is awesome. It is very much a very unique shade out of all of the bronzers that I have in my collection. And I think that the other shades in the lineup are also really good. I like that even when you get into the darker shades, there is one that has a golden undertone, one that is more neutral, and one that is more red. So I think that that is great for those of you who have deeper skin tones as well. I also wanted to recommend the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer. Unlike the Gucci one, which is more of like a matte to demi-matte, the Hourglass ones are very glowy and blurring. They kind of make you look perfected in the most natural way. Whenever I wear the Hourglass powder products, people are always like, why does your skin look so perfect? Why do you almost look like a filter over your face? People will try and figure out why you look so perfect. That that's what I love about the Hourglass Ambient Powders. For cream bronzer, okay, we can't neglect the cream formulas, okay? That is a different category, friends. I have the NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. I've recommended this many times in a lot of these videos, and there's a couple reasons why I like this one in particular. Number one, there's a good range of shades. With a lot of cream bronzer lineups, you're only getting 1, 2, maybe max 3 shades. With this, you're getting, I think it's 5, maybe 6 shades. The formula is very mistake proof. It's very, beginner friendly. It's very user friendly. It blends into the skin so well. I love the creaminess of it. I feel really confident recommending it. But once again, this also does have a scent. I actually adore the scent. It smells like a tropical vacation. It smells so good. If you're kind of into that with your bronzers, then I think you're really gonna like the scent. And for contour, it's gotta be the Westman Atelier Face Tray Stick, and for me, it's in the shade Biscuit. I adore the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate. I think that this has kind of dethroned that because this is actually what I've been reaching for. I love that it comes in a stick format. It's so easy to draw onto the face. The color Biscuit, it's perfect for fair to kind of medium skin tones to use as a contour because it's very neutral. It's not yellow at all. There are 2 deeper shades if you have a deeper skin tone. The formula just blends out like a cloud. It really is such a delight to use. And the packaging, oh my God, it's like metal and it clicks into place with that satisfying magnetic little snap. I absolutely love it. The only thing that sucks is that it's expensive, which is why you got to get it in the Sephora sale. I think I got this a year ago. I use it almost every day and I still haven't used it up, friends. So it does last quite a long time. Up next, we have blush. My first rec are the Patrick Ta cream and powder blush duos. This is great because you're getting a 2-in-1. All right. We love a good 2-in-1. They're not cheap, but at least you get 2 products, a cream blush and a powder blush. You get a bunch of really beautiful shades. I like the shade She's Blushing. I think that is one of probably the most universally flattering shades that they have in the lineup. You can use both of the blushes together for a little bit of extra longevity if you want to layer them up on the cheek, or you can use them separately so you have options. The formulas are super beautiful. Another oldie but goodie is the Dior Rouge blush, and specifically in the shade Charnel, which is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. I actually recently picked this up from Sephora because I'm kind of worried that they're going to discontinue these. There's really not many shades left, and I see them popping off the Dior website, but you can still get them at Sephora. They're kind of pricey, but they're so elegant and beautiful. And this shade, so many of you guys have asked me about this shade. This is like the perfect blush that goes with any look ever. It's neutral. It's not quite nude or brown, but it's also not quite rose. It is the perfect in between. So I want to call attention to this because the formula, so velvety, chef's kiss, beautiful. And the color is also super beautiful. And it's the kind of thing that you're not really going to get on sale anywhere else. Might be discontinued. Don't want to start any rumors. So might as well pick it up in the Sephora sale. My last recommendation for blushes is one that I feel doesn't get talked about too much. And it is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Blush Duos. This is another 2-in-1 blush product, except both of the colors are in a powder formula. These are so beautiful. I have to admit, I hate to admit it, friends, because they are expensive. I think these are about $90 each. It's just like if you were to buy an eyeshadow palette from Tom Ford, but they are good. I have them in every single color. All of the colors are gorgeous. They blend on the face so beautifully. I love a good little 2-in-1. If you're a fan of the Tom Ford powder formulas, I think you're going to enjoy these. They're not a baked formula. They're not like the Shade and Illuminate highlighter duos. They are more of like a traditional powder formula, but oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. And the colors, they literally work for everyone. I love them. I have 2 powder highlighter recommendations, and they're both from Dior. The first one is from the Dior Backstage line. This is the Glow Face Palettes. These are so good. I feel like these don't get enough love. I use the ones that I have all the time. In fact, one of the ones I have is like almost falling apart. You get 4 beautiful shades that you can mix and match. You can create your own colors. Some of the colors look a little bit more like glowy blushes. You can use them on the eyes, you can use them on the cheeks, and it's a baked formula. So it's very smooth on the skin. They give you such a beautiful glow. They're so effortless to apply. I love them. And you're getting a 4-in-1 because it is a face palette. My other Dior highlighter recommendation, who is surprised by this? It's the Dior Forever Couture Luminizers. These are kind of like the standard highlighter range from Dior. I have every single shade and they're all so good. I think the ones that most people are going to want to pay attention to are 02, I think it is, 02 Pink Glow. That's really good for fair skin tones. And then the 04 Golden Glow, which is actually what I have on my cheeks today. That is kind of the classic color that I think works for pretty much every single skin tone. If you're looking for sort of a nude type of highlighter, you're gonna wanna go for the Golden Glow. And then for the cream highlighters, because I don't wanna neglect the creams, I've gotta give it to the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wands. I know, so basic. These go viral all the time. Everybody knows about these. Well, they know about them for a good reason, because they're bomb. I absolutely love them. I have all of the shades. I recommended in my other video, I like the matte blush wands as well. But these, I love them just as much. These are my OG Beauty Light Wand loves. I think the one that I use the most is probably Peachgasm. You guys know I love like the peachy summery tones, but Pinkgasm is also really beautiful. I do have some reviews on my channel swatching all of the shades, so you guys can definitely check that out if you're looking for some more recommendations. Eyeshadow is a tough category because there's so many good palettes out there that I love, but I think what I want to start off with are the Dior eyeshadow quints. I love Dior. I know a lot of people, they like more pigmented formulas. I love a good satin formula. I think people like this formula because it is so effortless to apply. It looks so blended and effortless and beautiful. I feel like these palettes are also very user-friendly. They look super good on drier eyelids or even mature skin. They really don't crease. I think it's a good formula, and I think probably the best colorway that they have at Sephora is probably soft cashmere. I know, look at me recommending like cooler tone palettes, but it's true, soft cashmere is such a good palette. It's a little bit more pigmented than some of the other ones, and it has this one like shiny silvery platinum stunna shade. I know Tutu is another one that a lot of you guys like. Those are probably the two that I would pay attention to. And then second to that, y'all know if I'm recommending the Dior eyeshadow quints, I have to recommend the Tom Ford eyeshadow quads, specifically those in the wet dry formula. I did give some new release recommendations in my last video, but if we're talking oldie but goodies, I gotta go with Nude Dip. That's actually what I have on my eyes today, if you guys are curious. I was looking at these palettes earlier, and Nude Dip actually is kind of similar to Dior Soft Cashmere, but you're getting that really soft, effortless airbrush type of look that you get from the Tom Ford wet dry formula. If you want something safe, I would go with Tom Ford wet dry, because I feel like so many people enjoy this formula. In addition to Nude Dip, I highly recommend Honeymoon, Body Heat, and Suspicion. Lastly, I want to recommend the eyeshadow quads from Guerlain. I kind of feel like this formula is sort of in between Tom Ford and Dior. Again, I know I'm kind of recommending a lot of things in a similar category, but all of these are sort of pricey, so I think they're good to pick up in the sale. Out of the ones from the Guerlain formula, I think I like Majestic Rose the most. I know that's kind of basic because it's a pink palette, but it is a really beautiful palette, and I like the fact that it has a beautiful soft brown to kind of neutralize anything that's too pink, and it also has that beautiful kind of burgundy plum type of tone to really create a little bit of like a deeper romantic look, and it also has that soft pink topper to kind of brighten everything up. It's such a beautiful, lovely romantic palette. I think it's really, really good for spring as well. Before I move on, I do want to recommend one eyeshadow single, one that I've been absolutely obsessed with for like the past couple of months. And this is a part of the Sephora collection, which remember, I think you get 30% off of Sephora collection. So these are going to be pretty well discounted. These are the Sephora collection colorful eyeshadow singles. They're just little eyeshadow singles, nothing special, right? Wrong. Okay, you got to get this shade that is called First Light. It's a gorgeous topper shade. It's so good. It's a mixture of white and gold sparkle. It looks good with so many good neutral looks, just kind of in the center of the eye, maybe a little bit in the corner of the eye. It has been my go-to topper shade. It's super affordable. If you're looking for a more affordable option to the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows, the Hourglass Scattered Light singles, I actually like these a little bit better, and this shade First Light, this is the one you need to get. Eyeliners. You need to check out the Lancome Drama Liquid Pencil eyeliners. These are so smooth on your eyelids. They blend really easily, but they also last all day. When I'm looking at eyeliners, I want something that's going to be really easy to blend when I first apply it, but then has really good longevity and does not budge or smudge or anything throughout the day. They aren't hard to remove or anything. It's not like a super waterproof product. I have the purple one, and I think I'm gonna get maybe the navy one and the farce green one as well. And then for liquid eyeliners, I really only use one. It's the KVD tattoo liner in the shade Trooper. That is what I have on my eyes today. That is my go-to liquid liner. Like, I've tried so many fancy Japanese ones and ones from other brands, and I can't find anything that is as good as the one from KVD, especially the brush tip. It's just so precise. It's very long lasting. It's just a great liquid liner. Next, we have mascara. And while there actually are a couple that I really, really like from Sephora, I decided to narrow it down to just one, and that is the Cali Ray Tubing Mascara. I like this for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's very easy to control the amount of mascara that goes onto your lashes. I don't like it when there's too much all at once or barely nothing that I have to add 5 different coats. I don't enjoy that. I feel like it's buildable, but it's not clumpy. It's very lengthening, and it has amazing lasting power because it is a tubing mascara. So it comes off super easily with warm water. But if you don't get any water on your lashes, it literally lasts all day, even like through workouts, sweaty days outside in the heat, everything. I also like the shape of the brush. I feel like this mascara is very similar to the Tower 28 Make Waves, the formula, but the brush on the Cali Ray, it's just a little bit easier to kind of get into my bottom lashes. If you have smaller lashes, it doesn't overwhelm your lashes as much. You still get that separation. So I feel like at the end of the day, this is the one that I recommend. For brows, I really don't change things up all that much, and a lot of you guys don't either. My ride or die is the Kosas Brow Pop Pencil. It has a little spoolie on one end, and then it's got the pencil on the other side. I use the shade Medium Brown. It's my perfect standard go-to brow pencil. It has a lot of pigment, but I can brush it out and kind of feather it out if I need to. And I like that they have a pretty wide range of shades to choose from because I don't like warm toned browns on my brows. I like something that is very neutral or maybe even a little bit cool tone, and I get this from the Kosas Brow Pop. Next, we have lips, and this is a category that is equally difficult to narrow things down because there's so many colors and formulas out there that I love. But the first recommendation that I have are the lipsticks from Guerlain, and specifically the ones that you pair with the collectible cases. You guys know I collect the cases from Guerlain, and I'm kind of obsessed with them. They are a shameless addiction, but the way that it works is that you pick one of the beautiful collectible cases, of which Sephora has a pretty decent selection, and then you can pick from their lineup of different lip products to pair with that case. And you can buy as many lipsticks as you want, and you can pair them with the same case. And they have so many beautiful formulas. I love the mattes. I love the satins. They even have sort of like a sheer balm-like formula that I don't see on other websites, but they have at Sephora. They are a little bit expensive, so that's why I recommend checking them out in the sale. And the fact that you can reuse the case is a really nice benefit. You get to enjoy that all year long. And if for some reason you want to get a different color, you can pick up that color and use it with your existing case. If you are a matte lipstick lover, you need to have at least one Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick. Like, these are my go-tos. They're so good. I know, call me basic, but people love Charlotte Tilbury products because a lot of them are so well performing. And I love the Matte Revolution because it's not drying on my lips, but I still love that sort of matte velvety look for a lip color. I really, really like Pillow Talk. I also really love the shade Catwalking. There's a lot of really good ones from Charlotte Tilbury. I think she does the nude shades the best. Like that's really where she excels. I almost feel like I don't even have to tell you guys that these are good, but for those of you out there who haven't tried these, they are amazing. And then for more of like a balmy, glowy, shiny type of formula, I am going to mention these again. I mentioned these in the other video, but they deserve all the love and all the attention. It is the YSL Rouge Volupté Shine lipsticks. The packaging is beautiful, but the formula is even better. I don't know why these are my go-tos even compared to the Dior's and the Guerlain ones, but I just keep going for these, and it might be the shades. The best shades, friends, are Burnt Zalige and Orange Carousel. They're so good. They're nudes, but Burnt Zalige is a little bit deeper. Orange Carousel has like this beautiful kind of slightly nudie tangerine type of look that is so good for summer. I also have a quick lip balm recommendation for you all. This is what is on my lips today, and it is the Dior Addict Lip Sugar Scrub. If you're gonna spend money on a fancy lip balm, you gotta take a look at this one. Not only is it a sugar scrub, but it's also a nourishing balm, and it kind of brings out the natural rosiness that you have in your lips. If you are just kind of on the go and you just need something real quick, which is kind of what I do sometimes when I'm in a rush, this is what I grab. I don't think I have been without this lip sugar scrub for years now. In fact, for a while, I thought it was getting discontinued, and I quickly bought another one, and thankfully it is back on Sephora and you can get it in the sale. It is the best lip balm. I love it so, so much. I always have one in my purse, and then I usually will have another one in my makeup vanity. And then for lip liners, friends, it's gotta be the ones from Charlotte Tilbury. Like, she has the best nude ones that you can use even just all over the lips, and then maybe put a little gloss on top. I like the Pat McGrath ones as well, but I know that you can get those on sale on the Pat McGrath website for usually a better deal. Just like what I said about eyeliners, I want them to be really blendable and glide across the lips at first, but then I want them to really lock in and stay put. And that is what I get from the ones with Charlotte Tilbury. Highly recommend Pillow Talk, highly recommend Iconic Nude, Hollywood Honey, the Pillow Talk Medium. All of those are good, and I just pretty much don't go anywhere without them. I wanted to keep this video mostly makeup focused, but I do have a couple of recommendations for skin, hair, brushes, and fragrance, so bear with me, friends. We're gonna start off with skincare. You guys know I have kind of an unhealthy obsession with creme de la mer. I know it's very expensive, but if you are out there and you are like me and you constantly have dehydrated skin and there really is nothing that satiates it, then allow me to introduce you to creme de la mer. I pretty much only purchase these during the Sephora sale or anytime I can get a little bit of a discount. I will say one jar lasts me a pretty long time, and they also have like some duos and sets that you can get. I also have heard that La Mer is leaving Sephora, but it's still there. So friends, I'm not sure, this might be the last season that you can even pick up any of the La Mer products at Sephora. So I just want to put that out there. For the body, I highly recommend the First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Scrub. This is good if you have keratosis pilaris just like I do, or even if you're just looking for a good body scrub. This is great because not only does it have really nice little granules, but it also has some alpha hydroxy acids there to kind of slough away any of the dead skin. I use this pretty much every single day in the shower, and I really like First Aid Beauty because everything that they create is very gentle and doesn't make me break out or react. My last skincare recommendation that I have recommended in my last couple of videos is the Dr. Dennis Gross LED face mask. I am missing this mask so much right now. I didn't bring it with me to California. I've gone 2 months without my mask. It didn't fit in my luggage, and I can't wait to get back home to Boston so that I can use this because I love this device. It is a little pricey, but it is a little bit more affordable than some of the other LED masks out there on the market. It does a good job of just kind of reducing redness, helping out with acne. It also helps to diminish fine lines and wrinkles. I just feel like my skin looks a little bit more even and less red when I keep up with this. You do have to keep up with it. You do have to use it, you know, a couple times a week at least for a few minutes. But I like this one specifically because it fits onto your face very securely So if you want to sit and watch TV, drink coffee, you know, answer emails, vacuum your floor, do some dishes, anything like that, you can very easily do that with this mask on. And yes, I do think it's worth it, at least in my opinion. My favorite hair product at Sephora is the Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil Primer, not the invisible oil, the Invisible Oil Primer Spray. I use this as a leave-in conditioner. Whenever I get out of the shower, I tend to shower at night, I spray this in my hair, then I'll go to bed, I wake up, and I have baby soft hair. It's so smoothing, but it doesn't weigh my hair down. I have very thin and fine hair, so I can't use heavy oils or anything like that. I have to use very lightweight products, and that's what this is. It also apparently has like a UV protectant to, I don't know, protect your hair from the sun. I don't know if any of that is true, friends. I just use this to kind of smooth out my hair, keep it hydrated, keep it healthy. This is my favorite hair product at Sephora. Usually around this time, I get a lot of questions about brush recommendations at Sephora. And I will be honest, friends, I don't purchase that many makeup brushes at Sephora. I much prefer more so like the Refer, the BK Beauty, the Fude, you know, Sonia G, those types of brands. By the way, I think that Refer is having a 40% off sale this weekend. So I will link to them down below if you guys want an even bigger discount on brushes. But kind of putting that aside, when it comes to brushes at Sephora, I do like the Sephora Pro line. It just kind of depends on the brush. And there's two specific brushes that I use all the time that I highly recommend you check out. The first one is the number 71 concealer brush. This is a teeny tiny little concealer brush. It's synthetic. It's very sort of firm. It's not completely flat. It's perfect for getting into all the little nooks and crannies in the tear duct region. It is also my go-to brush for touch-ups, especially for eyeshadow looks. So whenever I finish my eyeshadow and I want to clean up right here and just kind of snatch up the line of the shadow, this is the brush to do that. The other brush I recommend is the number 47, which is basically the same exact shape, but it's bigger. It's called a foundation brush, but I use it as a concealer brush. I like to use this for blending, basically just blending out any kind of concealer because it's small enough to fit under the eye, but it's also a good size for around other parts of the face, maybe cleaning up a little blemish. They're both really, really good brushes. I have multiples of both of them and I use them all the time. And finally, friends, I'm gonna end things with two fragrance recommendations. The first one is more so a signature all-time favorite fragrance. I was introduced to this fragrance by one of my best friends in high school, so I've known about it for a very long time. It is Alien by Mugler. This is such a sensual and sexy scent. It is a pretty strong fragrance and it has incredible lasting power. It's the kind of fragrance where somebody walks through a room and even after they've walked by, you're like, who was here? Like, what is that intoxicating scent? If you like sexy, warm florals, something a little bit more interesting, I highly recommend you check that out. It's called Alien because it does have kind of a mysterious otherworld quality to it. I can't even explain it. It just smells so, so good. If I were to pick something to be my signature scent, it would be this. I know it might be a little bit strong for some people, but I really like it. My second fragrance recommendation is one that is a little bit more seasonal in nature, but still very much my style, and it is from Tom Ford. I absolutely love Tom Ford fragrances, and this is the Costa Azzurra Parfum. This smells like a sexy Mediterranean landscape. It is described on Sephora as being a mixture of citrus and woods. I think there's still kind of like some floral base notes in there. At the top, you're gonna get some of that Italian lemon, and then the base notes are gonna be a little bit more woodsy. Think of like a cypress tree forest along the shore. There's a little bit of like a salty freshness to this scent. It's a really sexy nighttime summer scent. And y'all know I'm Greek American, so I'm instantly drawn to anything that has kind of those Mediterranean influences of the citrus, the flower notes, and also kind of like the woodsy coastal vibes as well. I really like this fragrance. Woo! All right, friends, that is all I have for this video today. Now it is your turn. Sound off in those comments down below and let me know what you thought of all of my recommendations and let me know what are you planning to pick up in the sale. Did I convince you to look into anything? I would definitely love to know. Don't forget, down below, I am going to be linking all of my shopping guides with even more recommendations. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Once again, thank you so so much to anybody who chooses to shop through my links this Sephora sale season. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.